morning, everyone. Stop on in, say hello. It's us, Brandon Mark. Mark Williams, the owner of Mark Williams Fitness. Decided to come in today because, well, we live in New York and the gyms are back open. Thank God. So, Mark here has been getting a lot of questions about fitness and nutrition. So we figured we'd come in and just kind of have a little chat with you guys. So, yeah.
First thing is, okay, like I said, I've been getting a lot of text messages and inboxes on Facebook and some on Instagram with people trying to find ways to stay motivated or how can they make improvements, because the main thing I've been hearing is a lot of people seem to be plateauing with their goals. First thing, like I said in one of my previous videos, is make sure that you whatever goals you have you're very specific with what your goals are. Whether it's gaining muscle, losing weight, what is it you're trying to do? You know what I mean? You have to be very clear of what you're trying to, especially if you're working with a trainer or something. Be very clear of what you want to accomplish. It makes it a lot easier. Second, to find motivation, your trainers can motivate you in the gym, but when you're at home, they can't really be there with you. You really have to find motivation within yourself of what you're trying to do. And for that, you have to pretty much look deep of what it is you're accomplishing, where you started. Always, like I said, always celebrate the small victories that you have, okay? And one thing I do with my clients is whatever their goal is, if they're looking to lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds, we focus on small victories. Pull out a pair of pants that you haven't been able to fit in a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? And let's try to fit into those pants again. Let's try to drop 2 pant size. It's always something small. So when we reach that, then we pick another goal. And we try to achieve that. All those small little victories lead to the ultimate goal, which is whether it's losing 25 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it is. That's going to help you stay motivated. If you're looking at the 50 pounds, it seems like such a large number that if you don't hit it within a certain amount of time, you tend to kind of start losing motivation. Like, oh, I'm never going to achieve this. It's just too big. It's hard. So again, always celebrate those small victories. Set small goals that are ultimately going to lead to the bigger goal that you're trying to accomplish. That's one of the best ways I found for myself when I started my journey to stay motivated. Okay, because I never started with a trainer. I kind of all did by myself. I mean, you had those old school guys at the gym who would always give the youngsters the pointers, but I never really had a trainer per se. So that's the way I kind of stayed motivated. I always looked at the smaller victories and celebrated them, and then it ultimately led to, like I said, starting off at almost 300 pounds and ending up at 160 and having to come back up. So another thing is the plateauing. This is common, okay? I've seen more people contact me and talk to me in the gym about plateauing. Hey, I started off good, but I'm not losing any weight. And my question to them is, how long have you been on your nutrition plan, diet, whatever you want to call it? Well, I've been on it for about, I don't know, let's put around 6 months. Okay. How many times have you had a refeed or a cheat day, or have you eaten something, have you kicked up your calories? Oh, no, I just stay on the meal plan every day. In there lies the problem, okay? And this is one thing that I try to tell a lot of my clients, whether it's, my fitness competitor clients or to my regular clients. If you're in a caloric deficit for too long, that no longer becomes a caloric deficit, it becomes your maintenance intake. Your body adapts. So if your body's adapting, yes, you're no longer going to see the weight loss that you were seeing when you first started, because now your body's learned how to survive on that amount of calories. Okay? That's the reason why I give my clients refeeds, cheat days, cheat meals, whatever you want to call them. Okay? That kicks up everything. It kicks up your calories, it kicks up your protein, your carbs, all your macros, and then you go back to eating normally, so it kind of breaks that monotony of the eating clean. Your body can only again, eat so clean before it starts burning out or adapting. Okay, for fitness competitors, a lot of them don't want to eat like a little bit of junk in the off season. I'm against that. I believe you have to have a little bit of junk in there because you can only get but so lean before your body burns out. It's that simple. You have to have something and let your body kind of rebound a bit. Jennifer, Christmas cookies are always welcome.
Yes, please send the Christmas cookies. All of you, send us your cookies and your Christmas baked goods. Yes.
I love me some Christmas cookies. I love me some Christmas cookies, man. But again, it's knowing how your body works is really what you want to focus on. Listening to your body. If you're feeling drawn down and very lethargic and you have no energy and you've been on your meal plan, your body's telling you, hey, I need a little bit more food. Especially if you're, working all day and then you're trying to kill it in the gym. You probably need to start doing some refeeds here and there, okay? And a refeed doesn't mean that you have to go necessarily and have like burgers and fries and pizza. Like for me, my clients, I freaking tell them, like, look, go have a burger, have fries. If you're with your significant other, steal their fries if you have to. Okay, refeed, like get those calories in. Let's say your meal plan is you're eating half a cup of rice with, 2 or 3 meals, or whatever it may be. Okay, add more rice to that meal. Kick up those carbs. That's going to be something new to your body, and your body has to kind of adapt to it. It has to do something to try to adapt. Okay. And that's going to break up that monotony, and you're going to start seeing benefits from that. Whether it's more energy in the gym, you're going to start seeing the number on the scale drop down, although I'm not a big fan of the scale number. But again, let's say I have no energy.
Can't get in the habit of exercising routinely. That was Mira. I hope I'm saying your name right, Mira. Mirma. Have no energy, can't seem to get in the habit of exercising routinely.
Okay, so the first question I would ask is, how many times a day are you eating? And there's a couple things. How many times a day are you eating? What's your sleeping like? And how much water are you drinking? Okay, 3 things that are going to play into the factor of not having energy during the day and feeling kind of drawn down by the end of the day. All right? Those things play into factor, because if you're only eating once or twice a day, you're not going to have energy because your body has nothing to burn by the time you go to work out. You haven't fueled your body to sustain the energy output that you're about to do. Okay? So that's one thing. If you're not sleeping, if you're only eat twice a day. So there, eating twice a day. Okay? If you're not at least,
3 to 4.
No, I'm talking about sleep. Like if you're not getting, about 6 hours, okay. 6 hours is okay. 7 to 8 would be better, but 6 hours is okay. But again, the way it's sounding, I'm not sure how much water intake you're doing, but you want to try to at least, I tell everybody, try to get a gallon a day. You can always benefit from drinking more water in the day. But again, the problem there seems like the eating twice a day. You might want to start kicking that up, getting more fuel into your body. If you're up all day and you're working and you're moving around, or just pretty much being up all day, if you're not fueling your body, you can't expect it to perform for you. Again, it goes back to the analogy of a car. If you're not putting the right oil, the right gas, the right things in your car to make it run properly, it's just not going to perform for you. It's not going to run, right? You want to put the best oil in that car, the best gasoline in that car to get the best miles per gallon, to get the best performance out of that car. So the same thing goes with your body.
Accountability partner, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Always, accountability partners, workout partners, just different things like that helps out a lot. Because again, it always makes you accountable for something. You know what I mean? And then you guys can bounce off, and it's good to have somebody to bounce things off of. Hey, I wasn't feeling it today, or I'm not feeling it today, and just motivate each other. You know what I mean? Hey, come on, get that workout done. You'll feel better afterwards. The only bad workout is the one you don't do. Okay?
That's a nice little jewel you
So it's true.
I like that.
Okay, also diabetic. Oh, okay, so you see, there we go. I'm not sure if you're insulin dependent, That's another thing you want to be very wary of is the amount of food you're consuming, the amount of carbs you're consuming, and if you're insulin dependent. Okay, because you got to have those measurements on point if you are insulin dependent. Okay, but yeah, you still should be eating more frequently. The only difference is, of course, you want to be consuming more complex carbohydrates than the simple carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates have a faster transfer into insulin. So you want to be careful with them. You want to take more of the complex, which is a little bit slower, and your body utilizes it more at a steady pace. Okay, whole grains, oatmeals, things like that are a little bit better. That's fine. I mean, yeah, you have to, again, you have to do what's best for you. If doing things like yoga, some people spin before they want to get back into it. Some people just go to saunas. It relaxes them, and then they can feel good about working out again. But again, do what works best for you so that you can sustain that accountability level and stay the motivation in going to the gym. Okay. Yes, learning about complex carbs I had to learn about nutrition because I'm not diabetic per se, where if my sugar goes too high, my sugar drops. So I always have to be, that's what started my journey, is I had to eat more frequently during the day. And the way I was eating at that time, there was just no way I could keep going eating crap 5 or 6 times a day. You know what I mean? So I had to learn, how can I control this, keep my sugar regulated without it dropping, but at the same time not get more obese than I was. Okay, so that's when I really started delving into the nutrition and learning about the simple carbohydrates, your complex carbohydrates, the right amount of protein, how to combine them, portion control, what foods to combine, how many times a day should I be eating, what should I be eating at what time. I really had to really do my research and find, and that was before computers. Okay, that was all buying books and reading books and shit.
This was pre-Google.
This is pre-Google.
You're showing
this
your
shit
age.
was pre-Google. Oh yeah,
he's showing your
I'm
age.
definitely showing my damn age. This is pre-Google.
Pre-Google.
So I had to have my face in a book.
Wow.
And then I wanted to grow upon that, and so that's when I started looking into certifications and any seminar I could go to that had to do with nutrition and stuff like that, or any certification that involved nutrition, I jumped on it. Just because I know there are people that were like me that didn't know. You know what I mean? It's not easy to learn about nutrition because it does get very scientific at some points, you know what I mean? So you have to learn the breakdowns of it and really know the ins and outs of everything. So yeah, definitely learn about complex carbohydrates. Learn how to manipulate your fruits. Okay? You can't be scared to eat. Never be afraid to eat. It's one thing I tell everybody is never be afraid to eat. Food is not the enemy that people make it out to be. So always eat. That's one thing I always tell everybody. When in doubt, have a meal. Okay? So it's just about the amount of food you're eating and when you're eating it. Okay? Hold on one second, because she's texting. She's answering somebody right now, so I can't really see the screen.
It's got a great cast. All of them obsessed with a story about a pandemic that brings us to a post-apocalyptic world. What is one thing that you are truly afraid of?
Okay, now I can see everybody again. Okay.
Welcome her back. Yeah, Center's that, so she wouldn't be afraid.
Yeah, never be afraid to eat. Eating only 2 meals in a day is going to do more harm than it is good. Okay, in multiple levels. Because if you only eat breakfast or you only eat lunch, and then by dinner time you're starving and you're ravenous and you just want to eat, if you eat just a little bit too much carbs and your body, because it hasn't eaten anything, your insulin levels spike too high, that's something you don't want either. That can send your body into a shock as well. Spiking your sugar during a workout is good if you're not a diabetic. Okay?
Hey, Shao. Hey, guys.
If you're not a diabetic. Hey, what's going on, Manu?
Quickest way to lose belly fat. Honestly, cardio? Well,
No.
two things. It actually takes two things. I would say nutrition, because there's the saying abs are made in the kitchen, and working out. But
Well, see, the thing is, when it comes to losing belly fat, it's different because if you just concentrate, spot reduction is a myth. Okay, there is no such thing as spot reduction. So if you're looking to lose just belly fat, you're gonna lose weight all around. That's why those ab machines and all those different things that you see that you sell on the infomercials that rarely work. Okay, so just understand that spot reduction is not a fact. It's not true. It doesn't happen. It's a myth. Okay, so if you're looking to lose belly fat, first thing you want to do is check your nutrition. Okay, see where what your fat intake is at, where your macros, your carbs, and your protein. See where they're at. What's your caloric intake? What's your energy output? All those things are the things you really want to look at. Okay, when you're looking to if you're looking to lose belly fat or just get lean in general.
this one was working out a lot of running, not losing weight.
The reason why you're not losing weight is because you're doing a lot of running. Stop running, start lifting weights, and everything like that, and you'll see running is one of the most highest impact forms of cardio you can do. It really beats up the body, and if you're doing it on a consistent basis, it's hard for your body to kind of recover from it. A lot of clients that I've had that are runners, once they've stopped running and have just kind of concentrated on lifting a little bit more weights, more of the resistance training, they've seen benefits. The problem with doing strict cardio to lose weight is the more cardio you do, the more you have to keep doing for it to be effective. If you start at 30 minutes and you start seeing you losing weight, eventually 30 minutes is not going to cut it, so you got to jump it up to 40 minutes. Then 40 minutes no longer works, so you got to go to 45, you got to go to 50. It just, you don't want to be doing 2 or 3 hours of cardio every day. Resistance training, there's a lot more leeway there. You can always increase 5 pounds. You can do drop sets. You can do supersets. You can do giant sets. So there's a lot more play there with resistance training. So just try to cut back on the running. Focus more a little bit on the resistance training. And again, nutrition. Check your nutrition.
What's the best way to build muscle mass if you have a high metabolism? I have a high metabolism.
I gain muscle quick, but I'm starving all the time. Then I end up feeling full all the time. Well, that's the problem. See, here's the problem. When you're trying to gain muscle, it is. You're gonna feel full. Okay? That's just there's just no way, because you're eating. If you want to gain muscle, you have to consume calories. You have to eat. It's just it's. I tell everybody the funny thing about being a bodybuilder is that when you're bulking, you're always full, and when you're prepping for a show, you're always hungry. Okay, so there's no middle ground there. It's one or the other. The best thing I can suggest is keep eating, but try taking digestive enzymes to help break down the food that you're consuming. Multivitamins help too. These are all things that'll kind of help out. But if you're taking digestive enzymes, just take them with your 3 main meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't want to take them with every meal. And it'll kind of help break down the food so you're not feeling as full or bloated. At the same time, some probiotics will help as well. Get that friendly bacteria in the stomach working again, and help your body absorb food properly. Okay? So, but again, if you're looking to gain size, you have to eat. I tell it to everybody, if you eat so much that you puke, fine, puke, then go eat again. If you eat and you feel like you got to shit, go shit and come back and eat again. It's just the way it is. There's no middle ground there. To put on lean muscle, or to put on muscle in general, you have to consume calories. Calories come from food. You can't drink your calories.
I definitely can attest with that, because you always got on me about not eating, and I started eating.
Yeah.
And now I have all these massive muscles.
It's no way around it. Again, I said my one client who finished doing the show last month, her whole prep, she didn't drink one protein shake. All her meals were food. You know what I mean? It's all food, all the time. All 5 to 6 of her meals was all food, eating. And again, it was a lot for her in the beginning, but towards the end, she wanted me to give her more food. Your body adapts. You'll trust me. Once your body knows that it doesn't have to fight to break down food, you'll get hungry every 2.5 to 3 hours, and that's the way it should be.
Even your non-competitive clients.
Yeah.
Because you got both. You have your competitors, and then you have your non-competitors. And you give them, you don't give them breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You give them breakfast,
A meal.
a meal, lunch, a meal, dinner,
Yeah.
another meal.
Because you have to consume, you have to eat. And I tell everybody, when, if you're looking to put on size, what's the best way? Eat. If you're looking to get lean, what's the best way? Eat. The only thing that changes is the amount. If you're looking to gain size, then you want to be in a caloric surplus, which means you want to take and consume more calories in the day. If you're looking to get lean, then you want to be in a caloric deficit, which means you want to consume less calories in the day, but you still want to eat more frequently throughout the day. So whatever your deficit is, those calories have to be spread throughout the day. All right, so instead of just eating 1 or 2 or 3 meals, break those calories down into 4, 5, 6 smaller meals throughout the day. So you're constantly getting nutrients into your body. So you're constantly, there's never a time when your body can go into what you want to call a catabolic state and feed off of your muscle. If your body's feeding off of muscle, you're not going to gain muscle. Your body has no reason to touch body fat, right? If it's feeding off of muscle. So you want to protect the muscle by consuming food, calories, helping the body rebuild itself.
Really? Fasting is good for the body. They read that.
Fasting, it depends on what you're using it for. Some people use intermittent fasting for different reasons. Some people fast for religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs. I'm not a big fan of fasting. But again, it all depends. Like, if you have a hectic day and you know you can't fit all those meals in a day, then maybe intermittent fasting will work for you. But again, pretty much we all do intermittent fasting. Everybody on the face of this planet does some form of intermittent fasting because we have a window that we eat. When we go to bed, we're not eating, we're fasting, and then we wake up the next day and we start eating again. That's a form of intermittent fasting. The phrase breakfast comes from breaking fast. Breakfast, break fast. So you're breaking the fast that you were doing when you were sleeping, okay? Intermittent fasting is, again, during the day, give yourself a window, whatever it is, 8-hour window, whatever the window of time to consume the calories that you want to consume, and then you stop and you don't start up again until that time the next day. Okay? A lot of people get intermittent fasting confused with, I'm only going to eat 1 or twice a day. No, that's starvation. There's a difference. You're starving yourself. Okay, so again, just judge with how hectic your day is, your life is, and if that works for you, then go with it. Just make sure that whatever your caloric intake is, if it's 1,800, 1,500 to 2,000, whatever it is, you have to hit those calories in that window of time. And then you cut it off until that window of time the next day. Okay, I gotta see if there's another one here. I'm sorry.
She was her. She was saying how that was what happened. It sucked because she's a massage therapist. That would be like stuck in a room for 1 or 2 hours and then only get like a 15-minute break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough because I mean, in that case, a protein.
Walking in an inclined Seong is probably good. But again, when it comes to, I mean, as long as you're mixing cardio with some form of resistance training, okay? Like I said, you don't want to base your whole weight loss program strictly on cardio. Because once again, the more cardio you do, the more you have to keep doing for it to be effective, okay? I see a lot of people that go to the gym and they do a 25-minute, 30-minute cardio session before they work out, which is ludicrous, okay? 5 minutes, tops, before you work out is all you need. Get the blood flowing, get off, start your resistance training. Go back, then you can do another 25, 30 minutes if you choose to do cardio, okay? Walking on an incline, when I'm in prep, it's one of the ways I use cardio because I have very bad knees from kickboxing. I fought Muay Thai for years. And leg kicks, getting kicked every now and again in the knees kind of puts a beating on them. So I can't really do the step mill for that long. I can't do the stepper for that long. Even sometimes the bike bothers me. So I tend to do the treadmill on a full incline. I just go at a decent speed. But again, I don't, like right now, I'm not really doing much cardio. If anything, I'll do 20 to 25 minutes 3 times a week. My cardio won't increase until I start getting ready for a show. That's when I kick up my cardio because my body's going to, respond better. okay, to the amount that I haven't done cardio. So the fat burning properties of it is going to respond better at that point. But again, I don't need to do cardio now because I'm trying to gain muscle.
Speaking of shows, when do you plan on hitting the stage again?
I'm not going to hit the stage again until 2021.
So next year?
No, 2022, sorry.
Oh, 22.
Yeah, I'm pretty much taking this rest of the time to just make improvements. I want to gain size, but I want to do it the right way, so.
And I will be stepping on stage next year.
Yeah.
So, and I'll be in a couple of months, like 6 months from now?
Probably.
Ooh, 6 months. God. I'm excited about it, though. I enjoy prepping. Weirdly enough, I do enjoy it. It's not, I don't hate it.
The only reason I enjoy prep is for me, it's the ultimate you versus you almost. Because when you're prepping, I'm not competing against anybody. You know, I'm not going to go up there and, like, when I was kickboxing, I was always, you know, working and envisioning, you know, how am I going to counter something that my opponent's going to do, even though I didn't think of it too much, but there's always that thought in the back of your head. You know, when I'm prepping for a show, if I don't do well at the show, I have nobody to blame but myself. Okay?
Thanks, Julie.
I can't say that my coach didn't prep me that well. I can't say that my sparring partners were crappy. You know what I mean? It's all on me. So if I don't work hard in the gym, or I'm constantly taking days off, or I suck at my nutrition, my plan, then that's on me. If I'm skipping meals or having cheat meals or snacking, it's all my fault. It's nobody else's fault but my own. So that's why I enjoy, you know, the prep, because it really pushes you to see how much do you want it and how far can you really push yourself for it.
You had mentioned something earlier about the scale. How you're not a fan of, like, this people paying so much attention to the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, stand up, show everyone kind of what you look like.
I'm not really. I mean, I can't really see.
I'll
have a shirt on.
I'll sit up.
So,
like oh yeah. Like, speaking of weight, as you guys can see, I don't mind taking off my shirt. I really don't care. Right now, the way I look, this is lets you know how the scale does not determine your accuracy. I'm currently sitting at about 190 pounds. I don't look like I weigh 190 pounds. I'm guessing. Would you look at me?
Yeah.
I made that did that to make a point of sometimes the scale number, I think, based off of society, gets mostly women in their head about, oh my goodness, like, oh my god, I weigh 150 pounds, or oh my god, I weigh this much. I'm sitting at 190, and I'm in some of the best shape of my life ever, and I don't look it. So, as he had said, you know, take pictures and look at when you first started, those pictures, and then where you were a month later. 2 weeks later.
The best way to judge your progress in anything you do is with pictures. Snapping pictures. Stop replying so much. If you're taking pictures in the beginning of the month and say at the end of the month, you're going to see progress. Stepping on the scale is only going to mess with your head. Okay, because the scale number is gonna fluctuate on so many different things. Did you take a piss that day? Did you take a shit that day? How much did you eat? Are you stressed? For women, is it that time? Is it that week of the month? There's so much things that are going to fluctuate where that scale number is not going to be accurate. Okay? So don't worry about the scale number. When I work with my clients, I say step on the scale. Give me your base starting number. Okay. And I tell them you're not going to step on that scale again until I tell you. And that could be months from, then. Okay? That they're going to step on the scale again. I go by pictures. Pictures is the best way.
I've never known. Not completely toned. Okay. Yeah, there you go. People think you weigh a certain amount, and then you find out what you really weigh, and then it's a shock to them.
Must remember, if you looked at a pound of fat, which would probably be this big, but then you look at a pound of muscle, which is that big, okay, there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference. Someone who's 190 who could be big, she's weighing the same amount, but because it's more muscle, she looks smaller and leaner. Okay, so again, don't get caught up with the number on the scale. Forget the scale. We've been programmed to concentrate on the scale number, and it's bullshit. Fact, it's so much bullshit.
I had to learn that because I used to get like, oh my god, the number on the scale. What am I doing? What am I doing? And I mean, I remember when I was like 175, I freaked out, and he's like, "But do you see what you look like?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "I'll pull up a picture of me from a year ago," and I'm like, "Oh wow." Like, okay.
This is all stuff I tell my clients every day. The scale will give you an eating disorder faster than anything else. So if one thing you take from this video is stay away from the damn scale. Okay? If you're just starting a fitness journey, or now because of this, you think, okay, I have a little bit more information. I really want to put my hard work into it. Get on the scale now. Start a journal. Write down how much you weighed, the month, the date. Don't touch that fucking book or scale again until a month and 2 from now.
But take pictures.
Go by pictures. Go by pictures. Okay? Take a picture in the beginning of the month. If you choose in the beginning, middle, and end of the month, you're going to see a progress. You're going to see a change. Pay attention to how your clothes are fitting. Pay attention to your energy levels. These are all things that are going to be happening from a better nutrition. Because one thing people don't realize is your body become very lethargic just from trying to break down processed food. Okay? Your body doesn't know what the fuck to do with that food, that kind of a stuff. Your body can break down sugar in its natural matrix, and I've said this in previous videos. You eat a piece of fruit, your body knows what to do with the sugar from that fruit because it contains fiber. Your body knows how to break that down. You consume candy, your body doesn't know what the fuck to do with that sugar. It's pure sugar. Yeah, Julie, you need to stay off of the scale.
Don't get on it.
As a trainer who tells their clients to buy a scale is doing more harm than good. I'm sorry. I don't believe in the scale. I mean, if you need to, like, all gyms have a fucking scale. Go into the bathroom, step on the damn scale, get your starting number, and then stay off of it. Don't buy one for your house. Because if you buy one for your house, you're going to put it in the bathroom. Most people put their scales in the bathroom. And the one room you spend most of the time in your house is going to be the fucking bathroom. You're going to go there in the morning. You're going to go there at some point during the day. And you're going to go in there at night. You're going to be in that bathroom multiple times during the day. Going in, looking for a brush, looking for this, looking for that, looking for makeup, looking for nail clipper, looking for anything. You're going to see that damn scale. And you're going to go like, I wonder where I'm at. I've been eating good for 2 weeks. I've been killing it in the gym. Let me step on the scale. Boom. Number hasn't changed that much. Now your mind is fucked. So again, don't focus on that scale number.
So that's what matters, how you feel.
100%.
Absolutely. Dr. Asha. I hope I'm not butchering anybody's name. Asfaf. I'm sorry about that. It is true. I feel at 33 now, I'm in better shape. I feel better. I think I look better than I did when I was 23.
Anybody who follows my fitness page, if you haven't, go ahead and check it out now.
Mark Williams Fitness.
Yeah, Mark Williams Fitness. I also have my Instagram page, Mark aka Pex, and Mark Williams Fitness on Instagram. You see my pictures. I'm 44 years old. I am in no way a young buck by any means, okay? But I'm in better shape now than I was in my 20s. Okay, because when I was in my 20s is when I damn near weighed 300 pounds. All right? And again, I tell everybody has a changing factor in their life, something that motivates them. And until you have that moment, you're never going to take that like transformation really serious. For me, it was finding out that I was going to be a father. Once I found that I was going to be a father, I started thinking of quality of life. Am I going to be that father in the park that's overweight, can't play with his kids? Those things started running through my head. So also wanting to be there for my kids, being Hispanic and African American, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, that stuff runs on both sides of my family. So, I wanted to make sure that I didn't get any of those ailments and that are going to restrict my quality of life. So I really started focusing again on the nutrition factor and exercising too. So again, it's true. The truth, there's a couple things that I tell everybody. The true fountain of youth is living a healthy lifestyle, exercising regularly, eating well. one of the most underutilized supplements in the world is food. And I will keep saying that. Everybody concentrates on protein, on creatines, on fat burners, on testosterone boosters, pre-workouts. I don't know what else is out there now. There's so much shit out there right now that I see everybody on these fitness groups on Facebook, oh, what pre-workout do you suggest? Me, a meal. That's it.
You don't do
A
pre-workout.
freaking meal. Have a meal about a half an hour to 2 hours before you work out. If you really need a boost, buy a fucking black coffee and drink it. The caffeine from that should get you through your workout. But you buy a pre-workout that's so filled with so many different stimulants that you don't know how your body's going to react to that. Okay? The best pre-workout is going to be food. And if you need a pre-workout before every workout, something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Okay? You shouldn't need a pre-workout before every single workout you're about to do. Okay? If you need to feel that pump and that rush that bad and you can't get it just from your nutrition, that tells me your nutrition sucks. Okay? I don't take a pre-workout at all. And there are times when I work out and the pump is so bad I can't even scratch. I mean, just look at me now. This is as far as I can get.
You really can't get back there.
So again, concentrate more on your nutrition. Let's start trying to pull back on the pre-workout and concentrate more on the nutrition.
Protein timing myth?
Protein timing myth. Not necessarily. It depends. I feel, and I've noticed in my progress and the ones that I found my clients, there are 2 important times that you should be taking protein. The 2 most important times of the day to take protein is right when you wake up in the morning. Okay? Because again, your body's been fasting. Okay? So you want to kind of get your body out of a catabolic state and put it in an anabolic state. And again, catabolic means body's feeding off of itself. Anabolic just means state of growth, state of repair. That's pretty much what anabolic means. Okay? So again, you want to get your body into an anabolic state, which is a state of growth. So one thing I always recommend to my clients is right when you wake up, some people don't want to drink anything with stinky breath and dragon breath when you wake up. So brush your teeth. Boom, 1 scoop of protein shake, real quick. Whey isolate. Body assimilates it very fast. Digestion and assimilation, remember, 2 separate things. So your body assimilates it very fast. Wait a bit, then have your meal. The second most important time would be right after your workout. Okay? Right after your workout, because you just finished tearing apart that muscle, now your body's in a very high catabolic state. So you definitely want to get that rebuilding process started before you go home and eat a meal. Again, protein shake. Other than that, whatever protein, get it from your food. Okay? And if you have the access to, like, one of the gyms that we work out at, Reps Fitness, that my boy Eugene Bofill owns in Buffalo, New York, has a microwave. So we can take our meals with us. So right after I work out, I can eat a meal. Okay? So I don't really need the protein at that point. But if I know that I don't have a meal with me, and after that I'm probably going to go do food shopping, or I'm going to run errands, I'll bring a protein shake, drink it after my workout until I can get home and eat a meal. Okay, you always want to have something. You don't want to go too long without eating or something, okay? But again, protein timing, not so much a myth, but 2 most important times for me would be in the morning and after your workout. Okay, again, it's like carbohydrate timing is not a myth.
It's also like the different types of protein too, because there's whey,
Yes.
whey isolate, casein, and that one is like a nighttime one.
Casein protein, which is a milk-based protein, is better be taken at night. Yes.
Okay.
Most time-released or nighttime proteins are milk-based. It's the same reason why bodybuilders back in the day, in Arnold's day, used to eat cottage cheese, because it's a time-released protein. Okay. The way I kind of explain it to everybody, so it kind of you can get what it means, is if you take yogurt and you see how it separates when it kind of goes bad or sits for too long, that kind of really thick gel stuff that forms at the bottom is whey protein. I mean, it's milk-based protein. When you drink it, that's what happens when it goes into your body. Not just sits there, but your body utilizes it at a slower pace. The liquid stuff that forms on top is your whey protein. When you drink your whey protein, your body assimilates it very fast. Okay? So again, it depends. The regular whey protein, it's kind of a combination between, I think, most of them. Most whey proteins have whey isolate, whey hydrolyzed, or sometimes a milk-based protein in it as well. So again, timing. if you're drinking protein in the morning before you eat a meal, then you might want to go with the isolate so you don't feel as full or bloated. I use plant-based protein, good or bad. It depends on you and what's the reason you're using a plant-based protein. If you're lactose intolerant, then that's fine. If you're vegan, again, it's fine. Okay, so it's not good or bad. It just depends on what's the reason you're using it for. Okay, I know a lot of people. I have a very good friend of mine. She's vegan and she consumes nothing but plant-based protein, you know. And she's a wrestler, so she performs and runs and jumps and does all that crazy shit. And again, she consumes plant-based proteins. That's a pretty good
organics,
a good protein. But again, there is really no bad or good protein. I mean, there's crap protein, cheap protein. I mean, if you're getting your protein from Walmart, I mean, and it's one of those, what's that Fortress one? That's crap protein. Okay, that's why when people drink it, they get the shits or they get bloated right away. If you consume a protein that makes you feel bloated the second you drink it, or you have to run to the bathroom the second you drink it, it is shit protein. It is full of fillers. Yes, it is full of fillers, and it's no good. Stop taking it. Look for something that's a little bit higher in qualities.
Show this one.
You can show it. The ones that I take.
This is the one that we take right now. Pure isolates from GNC. Chocolate frosting flavor. They also have a cookies and cream and a like vanilla something. I actually like this one a lot. Isolate, it's good flavor. Do not feel bloated after I take it, which is nice because I do have to do this a few times a day. I do this about 3 times a day right now, but I'm bulking, so I kind of need the calories. BCAAs.
BCAAs are a tricky one. I mean, you don't want to try to get all your amino acids or your branch chains from it. I drink them during my workout because I just don't want to drink water. I get tired of drinking plain water, so for me, I'm drinking like Kool-Aid. It could be beneficial because again, as you're working out and breaking down your muscle, you are getting the branch chains, which are the 3 that are very responsible for preserving muscle. Especially your isoleucine. The isoleucine for me is one of the most important ones because it goes through so many transformations when you consume it in your body. Okay, so which helps preserve muscle. So branch chains can be important depending on how you're using them and when you're taking them. Like for me, I only drink them during my workout.
Yeah,
that's the only time I'll drink them. Like I don't do pre-workouts, but I will take a drink with branch chains. Sometimes I'll add carbolin, which is a carb drink, and I'll add glutamine. Sometimes creatine, depends. And I'll put it all together and drink that during my workout. But yeah, so like I said, these are all things you guys got to discover, for yourselves and try different things. But no matter what, no supplement is going to replace food. Okay, that's again where it's gonna for me begins and ends. And I've been pushing it for the longest time, and I may be the whack job, in the industry that says that all the time, but food. When in doubt, eat a meal. Okay, if you're looking to gain size, I heard people, I don't want to hear that crap about eating 6 times a day. I can't eat 6 times a day, and I want to drink well, go ahead and drink a protein shake. Drink those, the weight gainers that are pretty much filled with just mostly sugar. It's not really going to do much for you. Okay, not unless you're adding a ton of shit to it. I had a friend years ago when I lived in the Bronx, and I told him he was taking them and it wasn't working. Add ice cream, add oatmeal, just keep adding shit to it. Then it started working for him. But again, like eat. If you're eating a lot and you're not gaining size, revamp what you're eating. Okay? Look at are you eating quality foods?
Ooh, with kids being healthy. Is this in regards to like getting kids to eat healthy or like the whole family? Yeah. That's got to be kind of tough. I'm imagining like parents having kids home and all the craziness right now because of the pandemic. I'd say this is a good time to like kind of teach kids the healthy way to have a good relationship with food. Because a lot of times, you're so busy, everything's easy. Everything's microwavable, and childhood obesity is really bad right now. What would you say?
It depends on and what mean like if just you mean like finding time to work out. I mean, it depends. I mean, if your kids are home, if they're home schooling like most kids are now because of the pandemic and stuff like that, and they're doing the home learning, cut out 30, 45 minutes for yourself. You know, go into your room, do some stretching, you know, do some workouts. But you know what you do? You kind of superset them. Okay, wants to work out, but I only know how to adult workout. Well, how old is she? That's going to be the biggest thing is how old she is. But again, I don't think there's too young of an age for anybody to really work out. Maybe resistance training, probably. You don't want to go too heavy.
Yeah, because you even like you take your because he has two younger sons, and we've gone to the gym with them and given them like little 2, 3, 4, 5 pound weights, and just about teaching them like
proper form,
like doing push-ups,
jumping jacks, sit-ups, building up their core strength with planks, body squat stuff.
T25. How old is she?
Yeah,
I can't even do T25. I'm not. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that might be a little bit.
Okay, 13.
15. The other is 13. Okay.
So yeah, no, they can do the same workouts that you do. It's just a matter of the weights.
Yeah, definitely.
That they use.
At that age, they can pretty much start training with resistance training. But again, it's they're going to be lighter weights, obviously. 12, 15 rep range, not going too crazy. No really supersetting needed there. At that age, anything they do, and if they're having nutrition, is going to be beneficial for them.
Yeah, I think now with kids being home and like parents, if they if they can carve out time, even if it's on like a Sunday or something, to sit and talk about like shit like different proteins and rice and things like that to make healthy meals. Because right now I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gaining a lot of weight during the pandemic. I can imagine. I mean, we aren't just because we were prepping, but I mean, even if we weren't prepping, we're just mindful because we're so used to it at this point. I mean, don't get us wrong, we do enjoy food. I mean, he made chili this weekend and it was delicious. So I think it's just about like having conversations with your kids about having a good relationship with food.
One of the biggest things, especially in today's society, any parent can really do is help their kids build a very healthy relationship with food, because most kids don't have a healthy relationship with food, and as they grow older, it gets worse. In today's society, I'm sorry, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but everything's meant to be fast food, convenient, and in that convenience comes a ridiculous amount of calories, tons of sugar, tons of fat, tons of sodium. And you have to, teach kids that, yes, it's okay to every now and again partake in those things, but everything in moderation. You can't just consume that all the time. Teach kids, the benefits of eating fruits and moderation and portion control, different things like that. It's beneficial. The earlier they learn that at a younger age, it'll just benefit them in life growing older. So they start building, and then they'll know that proper relationship with food. Because again, I think a lot of kids, it's not kids' fault that everything out there is just jam packed with so much crap in it, and that's what they eat. I mean, even if you're not giving it to them at home, but they're probably gonna get it at school because schools don't cook food anymore.
Not like they used to.
Okay, school lunches aren't prepared like back in the day when I was in school.
Okay, pause. You went to school in Puerto Rico and they gave you guys full-fledged meals.
I also went to school in the Bronx. So again, it's it's way different. So I mean, yeah, let them work out, but be mindful of their stretching and different things like that, and teach them about portion control and proper nutrition. Let them learn it now. Teach them good habits now, at a younger age. Things that I wish I had known when I was growing up. Because again, growing up and when I was growing up, I was mostly around my mom's side of the family, which is Hispanic, and in Hispanic culture, like they say, ser gordito es saludable, which means to be chunky is healthy. So if you were chunky as a kid, you were seen as being healthy. Okay, But that doesn't set up for a very good, future. Because if you're thinking that way, you're going to grow up eating it, and you're not going to see a problem with gaining more weight as you grow older until it gets too late. Okay, I'm sorry. Fruits and veggies are good. I'm so brainwashed to believe that are bad. I was told that banana is equivalent to a candy bar. Banana is the highest amount. It has the amount. Half a banana has about 24 grams of carbs. Half a banana. Okay, not all fruits are bad.
I eat berries every single morning with my breakfast. I eat about a cup of it. Now that I'm bulking, and even when I start cutting, I eat berries. I eat blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. I love them. They're amazing. I put them in my oatmeal. It's great.
The biggest thing I tell everybody with fruits is fruits is not the same as eating a candy bar, because the sugar that's in fruit is naturally occurring, and your body knows how to process that sugar. Okay, there's the difference. In there lies the difference, okay? Again, a candy bar has extracted, high fructose corn syrup and all this other crap that your body really doesn't know how to fucking process. But if you eat an apple or, things like that, your body knows what to do with that sugar, okay? Because the sugar's coming in its natural form, and your body knows what to do with it. Okay, so again, have fruit. Don't let anybody tell you that fruit's bad.
Same with veggies.
Yeah, same with veggies.
I have a couple grains with most of my meals.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
Most vegetables are there are some vegetables that are higher in carbohydrates and, and fructose sugars. Like, you have your tomatoes and your carrots and your corn.
I'll eat those.
But again, just be mindful and, consume a little bit more of your green fibrous vegetables,
Broccoli and asparagus.
Yeah. Spinach, kale, all those things like that, Just concentrate a bit more on those. Every now and again, if you want to throw in some corn, throw in some corn. What the hell? Again, don't take dieting so seriously unless you're going to be competing. Okay? You understand that all you want to do is learn proper nutrition to live a healthier lifestyle. You're not looking to be the next Mr. Olympia, okay, or Miss Olympia, okay? You're just looking to be healthy. You're looking to help your body perform better. You want to learn to eat for function, okay? You're not looking, okay, to be at 3% body fat on stage posing. If you are, then it's a different story. But if you're not, again, if you want that slice of pizza, guess what? Fucking have it. But just understand that you can't have it every day. Okay? If you want a candy bar, shit, have the candy bar. But guess what? You can't have 3 or 4 in a day. All right? You just got to understand that. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation is acceptable. Okay? Anybody who knows me knows I'm a sweet junkie. I love Oreos. I love anything baked, cookies, cake, brownies.
No nuts in them, though.
Yes, no, I don't. But again, I love sweets and I love snacks. Okay? And now that I'm not getting ready for a show or anything, yeah, I'll, partake and indulge. But again, when it comes time for a show, that all goes away because I know what I know what I have to focus on. And I know that I'm trying to look a certain way, so I have to eat to get there. Okay? But again, if you're not looking to step on stage, don't do it. Don't go too crazy with it. And any trainer that gives you a diet that looks like a competition diet, run in the other direction. Okay? Run in the other direction because, again, it's not sustainable. We don't look that way all the time. You look at me now, and again, if you follow me on my Instagram or on my Mark Williams Fitness page, I don't look the same way that I do when I do my shows. You can't. It is unhealthy to be that low in body fat all the time. For a man, but especially for a woman. So again, don't go too crazy with the diets. Just learn proper nutrition. Listen to your body on both aspects. If you feel you need to consume a little, pizza here because you're going crazy, then guess what? Do it. But just understand that if you did it on a Wednesday, you can't do it again for the rest of the week. Okay? Be very mindful of how many times you're having what you want to call your refeeds, or you're eating out of the norm of what your normal food intake or your meal plan, whatever it is may be. You want to be mindful of that. Okay? Because the gym doesn't fix everything. You can't be like, oh, I worked out, all week so I can eat whatever I want. Not necessarily. Okay, you have to really get your body into that fat burning mode where your body becomes a furnace where it's constantly burning fat for fuel. Then maybe you can kind of get away with it. The more lean muscle you put on, the more fat you're ultimately going to burn. Okay, everybody. So I hope this has been a little bit helpful, and a little bit of information that I've got. If you have any more questions, you need any more advice, you can always look me up on Mark Williams Fitness here on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, Mark Williams Fitness. If you go to Instagram, give me a like, give me a follow. Same on Facebook. If you have any questions, inbox them. I will respond to them as soon as possible. I always try to respond to everybody with, if not the same day, the next day.
And if you're looking for a online trainer or a coach or someone to help you, someone to give you some meal plans, he is accepting clients right now.
I am accepting
clients.
clients.
Feel free to hit him up. In case anyone does not know, I am not a trainer. I am not a trainer. I get asked a lot. I am not, unfortunately. It's not my wheelhouse. But I can always direct you to someone that does know. So, yeah. Thank you guys for stopping in and watching. We're going to have this posted up for you guys to watch. We're also going to post this on our YouTube channel that we have, which is the Chocolate and Mocha Connection. I am the chocolate. That is the mocha. Please, if you guys can, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, follow us there. We're going to be posting a lot more videos now that we have access to some more equipment with the gyms, some workouts and things like that. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. You guys have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.